Your calendar app counted 37 alerts today. But you chose not to add one more. You hovered over join, locked the screen, rinsed the cup, and let the room stay still. And here is what almost no one predicts. You do not feel lonely. You do not feel guilty. You do not feel broken. Over the next 8 minutes, you will understand why your unreadable calm works like a blank screen that makes people project their own story onto you, and how to keep that screen clear without turning your life into a bunker. If this lands, stay. Unclench your jaw, drop your shoulders, place a palm on your chest, and make a tiny pact with yourself right now. No performance today. Micro re-hook. Why does your steady face make the loudest person in the room push for one more laugh? You were not always like this. There was a time you were the spark, the glue, the planner. You cracked the ice with the first line so no one had to feel the cold. You filled every gap with words so the pause never had to breathe. You volunteered, stacked the calendar, sent the reminders. Then the lessons arrived. You carried a group project and the credit somehow evaporated. A friend recycled your private line for a crowd laugh. You spoke twice as much in a meeting, and the needle did not move. So you tried something different. You let one pause live. You watched faces instead of racing them. Nothing collapsed. Your shoulders softened. The picture sharpened. That first clean frame changed how you enter rooms. Here is the science that explains why your quiet shakes people. Communication scholar Charles Berger called it uncertainty reduction theory. In plain terms, the human brain hates blanks. When your face and tone do not give instant data, people rush to fill the gap. They stop responding to you and start reacting to their own captions on your screen. Open loop. If your calm is a screen, which stories do people try to play on it most? Layer 1. Monday check-in. Coffee going cold. People race through slides like speed limits do not apply. You notice the micro stuff no one names, the lip press when risk shows up, the half breath before a no, the sideways glance that means not yet. You tell yourself, I am just listening, but actually you are running high-definition intake while others broadcast. The cost. Anyone uneasy inside suddenly feels X-rayed, and feeling that seen can sting. Layer 2. A joke lands flat. Eyes scan for a rescue laugh. You set your mug down and let the pause be a pause. You tell yourself, I refuse to fake reactions. But actually, your silence becomes an open frame with no caption. The cost. Anxious minds write 1. They decide you are bored, judging, or upset. Then they react to their caption, not to you. Layer 3. The group chat blinks like a slot machine. You mute, finish your task, then drop 2 clean lines that answer the point. You tell yourself, I am just focused, but actually you stepped out of the validation loop. The cost. Control-seeking people feel their hooks miss. That discomfort turns into distance labels like hard to read or aloof. When you simply will not rent your screen to notifications, stop. Before we go further, see the pattern. When you turn your volume down, people finally catch their own static. Not everyone likes what they hear. Layer 4. Brainstorm time. The manager begs for hot takes. You jot one sentence, wait, then deliver a measured thought. You tell yourself, I speak when I have something. But actually, your timing creates contrast. The cost. Your words weigh more than you planned. Some assume you are claiming authority. Others decide you think you are above the ping pong. You were just thinking. Layer 5. Late invite. Battery low. You stand, say I am heading out, and go. You tell yourself, I need a reset. But actually your boundary steps off the group beat. The cost. One person assumes you are mad. Another reels you back with a story. A third starts over-explaining. They do not feel your peace. They feel their uncertainty and paste it on your screen. Open loop. So how do you keep your screen clear and add just enough subtitle that people stop writing fiction on your quiet? Here is where it gets complicated. The same quiet that protects your energy can hide your needs. People think you are fine because you look fine. Invites do not land because no one knows you want it in. If you never add a small subtitle, the picture keeps getting misread. Antithesis worth keeping. Secrecy is avoidance. Quiet is agency. This is not only about people who call themselves introverts. It is for anyone who learned to conserve after burnout. Anyone speaking a second language who edits every line. Any leader who discovered that pausing beats reacting. Your calm kept you safe. Now let it help you connect. Open loop. Up next, low-volume moves that let people read you just enough without cranking your life. You are not cold. You are not arrogant. You are someone who sets the frame. You pick clarity over clutter, depth over noise, timing over impulse. Authoritative proof your quiet has leverage. A large peer-reviewed field study tracked more than 200 teams and found that when leaders listened and spoke with intent, proactive employees thrived and performance rose. Translation: turning down your broadcast and actually receiving is not a flaw. It is a style that drives results. You get to choose how legible you are. If you want fewer projections, add small anchors that act like captions. Label the pause. I am thinking. I will circle back. Add one line of context. Here is what I am weighing. Here is what I need. Here is when I will reply. Offer a micro cue. A nod, a half smile, eye contact on the last word. Set the boundary with warmth. I am heading out. This was good. Talk soon. Reveal your why, not your diary. Keep the calm. Add a caption. When you give people a tiny, honest line to hold, they stop inventing the plot. You are allowed to leave early and still be a good friend. You are allowed to pause in meetings and still be respected. You are allowed to answer later and still be kind. Carry your calm like a tool, not a shield. You are not a problem to solve. You are not a mystery to decode. You are someone who shapes the room by staying steady. Signature line: guard your quiet and it will guard you. If you felt seen, press the button below whose name I will not even say, or ignore it and let the screen stay still. Tell me in the comments, when did someone misread your quiet? And what was it actually saying?